My name is Cayden.
I'm Breanna.
I'm Falicity.
I'm Garrett.
And this is our amazing race. Here are our guidelines, and a note this has not been finalized and may be subject to change if we are picked for the competition. These are the modes of transportation that we'll be using throughout our race. This is our map. I know though that numbers can be hard to read, but they are also on the picture board. If you need to look it up. So. And they're off. We wanted to start this in a more open place, so we chose Headwaters Park so that we can get everybody organized before we actually start our race. We're not actually going to have any tasks here. And our first stop is the Historic Embassy Theater. This is a really spacious space with a lot of classic entertainment that is more frequently, and it's actually our first roadblock. And what we're going to have teams do is they're going to pick a script from a set of plays, musicals, or movies that they have to act out scene film.
The next stop is Allen County Public Library, and we chose this stop, well, because it has grown into many branches around Fort Wayne. The physical detour would be to find a clue card with an author's name on it, and what they have to do is search the author and find 2 books by that author. The mental detour is put 10 books in alphabetical order. The Fort Wayne Museum of Art collects, preserves, and presents art, but mostly by American artists. Physical detour, create a statue with only the materials given to them, and a mental detour is they have to go around and find the art that matches with the name.
Our next stop is the Civic Theater, and the Civic Theater entertains, enlightens, and educates the community through quality life theater. For a physical detour, the contestants will have to go in the auditorium and find a clue taped underneath one of the seats, and the clue will say to go outside and carry an egg on a spoon in front of the building, basically like a relay race. And for a mental task, they will have to go on stage and act out a script for 10 minutes in front of a live audience.
Parkview Field, each year Parkview Field hosts more than 400 non-baseball activities, and also Parkview Field is a very open area. The physical detour is play a game of baseball no longer than 20 minutes, and the mental detour is answer baseball questions, around about 10 questions.
The Bowling Refinement Botanical Conservatory, this is a place that's always in season year-round, so I think it'd be good no matter what season we have our race in. Our physical test here would be to have transplant plants from one plot to another. If they do not know what transplant is, there will be a lesson from there. For our mental test, they will have to name 5 where plants work.
So the old fort, it has a lot of events and like history to it to learn. And a physical detour is to shoot a bow and arrow to get a bullseye, like try to. And a mental detour is to, they have like limited resources, and they have to create a strategy to create the bow.
Science Central is very interactive with children, so it would be a great place for them to get involved. Physical detour is create a science experiment no longer than 10 minutes, and a mental detour is create an idea for a science experiment, so they're not actually creating the science experiment.
The Johnny Appleseed Memorial Park, this is a very large place with a lot of historical meaning to it. And our physical detour here, we want to have apple lobby because it's classic. And for mental detour, we want to have them name different species of apples.
The Fort Wayne Children's Zoo is also very interactive with children and would be a great place to get them involved. A physical detour is go through the African journey and take at least one picture of as many animals as you can. If the animal is not out, there would be an exception. A mental detour is name species from the Indonesian rainforest.
So next we have Foster Park, and Foster Park has many flowers in season, and it has 255 acres of land. And a physical detour they have to go around Foster Park and stop at each exercise marker and do that exercise 10 times. And a mental detour is they have to match the name up with pictures of plants and trees that are in Foster Park.
So the pit stop of our race will be Fox Island, and Fox Island is a 605-acre park home to unique animals, plants, and contestants will have to match the correct paw print to the correct animal. So, thank you for listening and let the race begin.
That was fun.